Now we start off the chapters, chapter 4, the goal formula. Now Budget is doing a face as usually as the team is arguing on what to do to score a goal for the next match. Now they're all talking and saying, let's take this seriously as such. And over there, Rachida is looking at their traitor Kun. And now he's wrestling Kun. As usual, Rachida has the right to wrestle Kun. Everybody knows why he tried to. He's asking, why would you defend trash? As Isagi thinks to himself, he's like, we need a team of 11. I don't care if he's an opponent or not. And then Kun says, I'm not playing for you fools, as usual. Kun tries to say, I don't need you and I will succeed without you. And as and as Roger states, I'll kill you as well. The hero himself stands out and says, we just need you because I will become the king. This going as him and Kun argue about he did a hat trick and is wondering he's he's a better player than all of you guys combined. Kinagami says, I'll become the scoring king for 4 goals. I'll score 4 goals. And then Kun says, there's no such thing like that. He says, shut up, stop dreaming about it, cut it out. And you are a stick of losers, as Kun states. Kun is insulting his team, Racha's getting angry, Bachira's thinking about some. And as Isagi's trying to stop them, Bachira's saying, we may need Kun after all, but it's the last game. We need to figure out a way to get around that. And then the TV switches on as the GOAT appears again. He states himself, you fools, it's the final selection. It's the first round. Getting ready for the match anytime soon. And now here I'll show you your rankings. And then it starts. As Kun is at the top, as usual, and the showcasing thing is the first round selection, as usual. Now, however, since Kun as a striker, you're basically all of you are garbage. Kun, as Eagle states, he considers you all garbage, lower than garbage even. He considers your skill and associates pretty average for him. You're at the brink of death. You're more like raccoons in the hit of a death. You need to be the world's greatest striker, as Kampachi, as Ego states. Ego states that you guys are just getting lucky. You are more like you are predicting out of thinking. You are getting into a 0.0% of getting goals. Your goals are desperate, as he says. This formula of yours to produce goals is pretty lackluster, as he zooms. How many players were on defense? I assume as Ego rants, he thinks to himself, your way of scoring goals at the moment is just a feeling. That is all. You guys are not doing the true testament to a footballer. You are pass touching, you're dribbling, you're shooting, producing a formula for the brightest shine, and that is your goal. Oh, he's talking about the goal formula in leading to how player scores a goal. He's talking about it as if you guys what you need as the formula. He's producing and saying that you guys must producing and saying produce your brains and you can only evolve and succeed in that. That is the goal formula as Kampachi Ego states. You can go read it yourselves if you want because I didn't have time to. I'm just summarizing what I know. He's stating that you can defeat this with your enemies and you can defeat all the others. As Ego proclaims about the goal formula, he tells them all as one. He says, "This is what it takes to become the greatest striker in the world. This is what you need. You don't need to, what is it? Don't win now and then seize victory no matter the cost," as Ego states. He looks as he looks. Now, as the TV is turning off, he states himself, "The formula is sleeping on the field. Those who can find it, who can't piss off," as Kampachi goes, as Ego goes. Now, as the people are standing, Raja looks at Kun. He looks at him with despise, with despise, as he says, "We don't need you in the next game. Don't get in our way." Now, Isagi thinks, what can he do by himself? He is proclaiming what he needs as a player. Now Isagi starts thinking about those other three. They were talented as such. What it takes to win and evolve, he needs a weapon of his own. Something better than these people that can produce. Isagi thinks. He runs away and goes to Wing 5. As what's up? As he gets to Wing 5, he starts to see it. The top scorer of goals, Boro, has returned to Blue Lock. Now, as Boro has returned to Blue Lock, he states, "What's up, loser? What are you doing here?" Chapter 25 starts as Isagi and Boro meet. Chapter name, Trick. Now, sorry, my eyelids. Now Boro looks at Isagi with disgust and tells, what is it? And tells, and then Isagi states himself. He states, what does it take to become the world's, what it became, what it takes to become a striker that scores like him. And then Boro kicks a ball into his face. Yeah, that was pretty dumb. And then as Boro turns around and says, "Loser," and then Isagi tries to stammer up and says, "What does it take to get so many goals just like you?" And then Boro states himself. He says, "You're an amazing guy." What is it? "You're the most amazing guy I've ever met." Oh, wait, that just comes from Isagi. Wait, no, yeah, that's just glaze from Isagi. I assume so. And as Isagi starts a little bit glazing him, he starts saying, "I want to become someone who fights like you as his own." And then he says, and Boro states himself, "Listen, you loser, you already know what to do. Your ego cannot help you achieve your stupid dreams. I will crush you here and now." As they stayed off for another rematch, Isagi is overthinking the situation as he usually does and thinks that he cannot beat Boro at this current moment. Okay, this guy's dumb. As as Isagi overthinks the situation, Boro gets past him, obviously. Isagi is overthinking it again and starts thinking maybe he's going a little bit slow. Okay, this is why I don't like this man. As Boro kicks the ball into the goal. Alright. As now Isagi is amazed by that situation, he thinks to himself. Nah, he's just thinking out loud. Boro says, "Loser" to this man, And Isagi's back to thinking, yay, fuck, what is this man wrong with this guy? He's thinking again. As as I think again, he says, come on, I'm not done yet. Who do you think I am? The king. Now Boro turns. Now first Boro was walking away. He says something, insults something, saying like that, and proceeds to say, "I am the king," and run towards Isagi. Isagi overthinks the situation again and analyzes it to what he blocks his arm instead of shooting, and this leads up to another clash in situations. Now Isagi's thinking much faster and says it's gonna throw him off for a moment and leads to a goal once again. Isagi has realized what is wrong with himself. He is becoming the world's greatest striker, but with his own personal goal formula. As he realizes that he has to use his own skill, and Boro looks at this man with disgust. And then was it he has to use his own goal formula, but he looks at Boro again and says, "Bring it on, King." And Boro says, "Quit your yapping, and now you'll know your place." This rivalry seems kind of cool. As as the match starts, or no, the as the clash of egos begins, Isagi starts thinking to himself, "This may be the way." He can kill himself a little bit faster. As his ego intensifies, Baro gets a little scared. He's 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 puf- um, he's noticed that Boro's shot is a curve shot. He noticed the curve shot. He has noticed that the shot is much more angular to where Boro can see and the range of the shooting. And Boro moves a little bit faster to get past. And now, as Isagi has realized that Boro's speed and overall physicality has helped him make it easier to shoot, but the angling cannot be the range. This is the trick formula around his scoring, and he has realized this and he's angling a thing so he can seal off his attacks. And then it's said one more time by Boro himself. His range is 27 meters. That's what is it? About 88 feet, and that is it. Much better. And then Boro thinks to himself, no, 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 the narrative states he's that kind of player. As Isagi thinks through and says, "Thank you for teaching me," Boro walks away and says, "As long as I'm on the field, I'll never quit." And then he walks away. Isagi starts glazing, saying, "Even so, thank you, so cool," as Isagi states. Isagi goes back to his room and now thinks to himself, "Them? Oh, hey, Cody. Hey, Cody." As as Isagi now thinks to himself, as the formula to what goals could become, he's thinking of the formula thanks, thanks to Boro. He's thinking about it. He's thinking while he's in his bed. Now, as Isagi thinks, he is nervous about the match to come. He's thinking about his past memories and his occurrences that are happening to him. So he starts thinking, and then one of his teammates wake up a little bit and says, "Don't be worried, my man. We're going to be ready for the next game tomorrow." As nervous he says, he's shaking. As Isagi and his teammate talk through the night about Blue Lock, They're talking about they shake their nervousness about soccer. They're talking about the fear they need to get stronger as such and become greater than they already are. And now everybody is awake as such. Not everybody. Everybody's awake as such. And the last game is in 19 hours. And this is what we call a good match. But as the last match is going to begin soon, everybody's nervous. Chapter. Hello?
Was going to sleep on it. Tomorrow is school.
Sure. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Sorry. Sorry about that. The last match of the final selection, chapter 26, the last game. It starts off telling us about the formation. Telling us about the formation and telling us they want an ideal win of. Yeah, I know it is buff, but I kind of don't care. I need to finish this thing. I know it is, man. I have to finish this thing no matter what, though. Telling him the ideal game, an ideal game, even if we do not have that, even if we don't have that traitor with us, everybody thinks. Now, as Racha, whatever his name is, talks about Kun, says, we don't need you, I'll kill you off. As they talk, rambling about stuff, one of their teammates states himself that we gotta do this and we gotta become like teammates. Everybody's getting ready and fired up for the game, and they all go down the hall, getting ready and get nervous. Isagi gets tapped on the shoulder. Someone says to him, if we lose, it might be, it'll be all over for our soccer career. And he wants to keep playing and wants to keep doing this with his friend. And then the last match has begun. Fam. I'm calling it fam. Fam. The last match has begun. It is Team Z versus Team V. What is it? Team. What is it? It's Team. It's Team Z versus Team Z versus Team V. The last game has begun. The game will begin as the game is going to start beginning. Kickoff starts off. Now, this is the best team of the selection, and now is being showcased to their potential strength. Sally says he has been studying them and wanting to know their attack patterns. Isagi starts following Rin. Rin chats up with Isagi. No. He's just looking at towards Isagi. Bachira and Isagi are going off against Rin. Now Rin is a very impressive player, they state. He passes to Zangetsu. He passes Zangetsu. Now as he passes Zangetsu, Sokka starts thinking. He starts thinking about this man's way of angling a goal. As he starts thinking that, Zangetsu passes to Nagi. But they catch the goal. They catch the ball. As now they catch the ball, everybody starts shouting. He gives it off to Isagi. Isagi passes it to Bachida. And now as everybody's getting the ball, getting ready with it, he's wondering if he can reach the ball at this angle. Gabamaro is wondering if he can reach the ball at this angle. And he's wondering that he pulls a header anyway. And their score formula is still a work in progress. Not a goal yet. Everybody still says one more try as Ryu gets a little bit shocked. And Ryu says, holy crap, that's kinda cool. And now as Ryu's getting ready, and Nagi says, such a pain. Ryu says, let me do something about that. And as Ryu instantly copied the counter, the spin to the top. Is he crazy? That pass won't work. And then we get a full double spread as he stops the ball with that much force. Isagi states, huh? You jumped that high, seriously. As Nagi shoots, as Nagi shoots, says it's a monster. And the match fully is 1-0. Alright, okay, I'm done for today. Wait. Now wait, let me finish something. As the match is 1-0, Team Z has 0 points. Nagi is some type of monster. Rio has stated himself as a nice goal, and they are complimenting each other. Isagi thinks, what type of goal is that? Isagi thinks to himself, that man stopped the ball as it was in motion. He did a light tap. Isagi states that this man is a very talented fellow, very much a great talent. He wished he had that type of speed and endurance, and knows that he's the highest ranking of the top thing. And as everybody starts shouting and blah blah blah, starts nonsense and speaking, they all resume the game. Let's get back into the game. Now, as Kunigami tries to get through, passing all of these fellas, he can't do it. And then there's Rio appearing out of nowhere, trying to defeat this man. Kunigami won't let that slide, but he's trying to get past him by any means necessary. One more time, he states to Nagi. And then he passes it, and he steals it, and he gives it off to Nagi. Saki shouts, everybody's afraid. As Nagi gets it and slows it down. Now you think Nagi's gonna hit off a goal, but as Nagi kicks the ball in the air, he scores another goal. It has become very misleading to talent. Now, as everybody should think, everybody's afraid. They're scared of losing to Nagi-san. He's scared. Everybody gets scared of losing to Nagi-san. Everybody's afraid. Now they're truly afraid. Isagi goes into dread, as he usually does. They all start shouting at each other. He starts shouting at Kinegami, and then Isagi starts to break it up. And then they said, and the bald fellow says, Buddha power up. He still has another weapon. Wait, what is it? Is it? We still have another weapon, as Sagi states. Sagi goes toss the ball to Chigiri, hopefully his speed will increase the way of this game. As they try that, Sankachi catches up in phenomenal speeds and caught him up, and now kicks the ball at higher speeds. And now he tries to get. They're trying to get to Rayo. Trying to get to Rayo. Then he passes to Zenketsu. Says, "This is my chance." And then he kicks off another goal. Kicks off another another double spread states, and he kicks the ball. And this would be the third goal as Team V solidifies themselves into pure humanity, as Team Z now is the great. Sorry, Rayo, I don't know what I don't know what the meaning of territory is. Stupid sunset. Those fake glasses don't make you smarter, as they state. Now everybody is going into pure despair. All of Team Z has not. I can't keep fighting. Nobody except for Bachida. Amazing. Bachida continues keep fighting even if we are going to lose. Chapter 28. Alright, we're stopping right here. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, guys, we're stopping right here. We're gonna finish the rest tomorrow. And then we're gonna do fight reviews soon. We're gonna do fight reviews, anime fight reviews, and regular fight reviews. After that, we are done. Good day.